Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of the Power of Your Mind podcast. You are listening to episode number 204, and I'm Victoria Gallagher, the Law of Attraction hypnotist, #1 best-selling author of Practical Law of Attraction, Align Yourself with the Manifesting Conditions, and Successfully Attract Your Desires. And I'm also the founder of HipTalk.com and HypnoCloud apps, which gives you access to over 500 hypnosis recordings right in the palm of your hand. So be sure to download that app from the app stores. And I'm here again today with my co-host, comedy hypnotist, Jim Kellner. Jim!
Hello, everybody. Thank you. I'm used to applause. Lots of applause.
Yes. I love applause.
Oh, it's the best, isn't it?
I hope you guys are all out there giving us lots of applause. If you're not, stop what you're doing right now, unless you're driving. If you're driving, be safe. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. But yeah, you know what? Even if we can't hear you or see you right now, we love applause.
I feel the vibe.
We love it. We feel it. Just give us a little applause, and that'll help us do even better. And we're just imagining you giving us that applause right now.
Ooh, the standing ovation. I love it.
Love it. Do you get standing ovations for your show?
I don't. I don't think I've ever gotten a standing ovation. No, but sometimes people are standing because I couldn't see in the back, and then they're clapping. So I guess that counts. I don't know.
Right.
So
I had a really interesting. I went to the baseball game yesterday, and no idea what just happened there. I'm going to put this on pause and just see what happened.
Sure.
So anyway, I'm going to clap here and have my editor edit that out. There we go. Okay. So anyway, yeah, speaking of standing ovations, they were talking about, stand up for the, or have the heroes stand up and everybody give a round of applause for the, our heroes.
Oh, right.
But then there's this awkward situation because the heroes are standing up, but you want to stand up too to give them a standing ovation, but you don't want to be the, looked at as like you're the hero. Yeah. Right. So it's kind of an awkward situation. But anyway, I'm sure those standing ovations are coming for you.
I'm sure. It's funny. I was thinking, I can't remember where it was, but I was reading somewhere years ago. I forgot about it, but there's certain ways to not trick people, but to kind of to game the system so that they will stand up and clap for you, but I don't remember what they are now. I've got to go back and find that.
Well, wouldn't and maybe it's not like maybe being a hypnotist and knowing that you kind of have control over a little bit of the audience behavior. You know what I mean? Like you could plant a suggestion or plant that seed, but maybe you just want to make sure that you're getting the authentic standing O and not something that you suggested.
I'll take it. Whatever it is, I'll take it.
So, well, that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to actually seeing one of your shows in the really, really near future, and maybe even being in one of your shows.
Ooh, very cool. Sounds good.
That does sound
such a lot of fun. I was just in Phoenix for a week, and I had 2 just phenomenal shows. I mean, really, they were just exceptional. Really.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
What makes an exceptional show?
You get to a place where like you can kind of roll with whatever, you figure out, because not everybody's a great volunteer. Some of them are really good. Some of them are not so great, but being able to utilize all of them and, the feedback from the audience when they're laughing, when they're clapping. And then so at this one show, the people in the back couldn't see. So they actually stood up and they came forward. So they weren't just back there playing on their phones. So I can't see someone to play on my phone. They're actually, when you look at them, people are standing, laughing and pointing, and it's good.
That is great. That is awesome.
Yeah. And they gave me a tip too. So, it must've been good.
Yes. Anytime you get extra money for doing, what you love to do.
Yeah. Right. Wasn't even expecting. I never get tipped. So that was, wow, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so you manifested some extra money.
That's what it was. I'm gonna keep doing that. Can I just sit in a corner and meditate? Right? I can just do that, right? I don't have to work for it. I don't have to do any, I don't have to do a desire statement or write anything or any work, right?
Right, right. No, no work at all. We just put it out there, send it on the cloud, and the universe will just bring back our more money.
That just, actually just reminded me, speaking of money, because as you know, I'm a big TikToker, as you are. Are you still TikToking? I haven't seen your TikToks very much.
It's it is something I want to do more of, and I keep like telling myself I'm going to do more. I need to actually put that into my
Mm.
my own vision statement of how I spend my time, because I was loving it when I was doing it, and then I just like when do you ever just kind of like you stop doing something for a little while, and then the that becomes a habit of not doing it
Absolutely.
anymore, and then
Yep.
you almost feel like you need something to happen to make you like get back on the consistent wagon again, because it's like it's no good just to put one video out and then not do it anymore. So it's like I want to get back on the consistency wagon again, because I was really surprised at how quickly I grew my following to over 3,000. But then I got there and like, okay, and I got I just stopped for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
I noticed that too, because all of a sudden, because I mean, right away you were able to go live, and I was like, oh, she's already got over 1,000. Wow, that's amazing. But
Yeah.
then I hadn't seen you for a while, so I knew something must have happened. I don't
I
know.
use some of my manifesting powers.
Ah, very good. Well, so here's so let me just, I find this funny because some people will talk about TikTok and they'll say like, oh, there's just a bunch of half naked girls on there dancing around, and I never see half naked girls dancing around. It really, the algorithm is, it gives you more videos of what you like and what you watch. So if that's what you're getting, that's because you're putting that out. It's like the law of attraction, right?
It really is. I say that all the time when it comes to social media, like, whether it's TikTok or Facebook. A lot of people say, you know what, I'm just going to get off this Facebook thing because everyone's so negative and it's just become BS and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, okay, let me just try to explain this. I mean, it is very much like the law of attraction. What you put out there is what you get back. So it's, Facebook starts off as a blank canvas. Same with
Mhm.
TikTok. It's a
Right.
blank canvas. You actually have to, you're making videos, you're watching videos, you're liking videos, you're follow, you are the one that chooses the followers. And so I think there's probably because TikTok does tend to resonate with a lot of younger audiences, and because a lot of people think that that's what it's all about is the dancing stuff. If you just sort of let it run without programming it to do what you want it to do, then it's just going to run on default, and it's going to just give you, like when you first open it up, you're probably going to see some teenage girls dancing,
Yeah.
right? But if you seek out the kind of material that, like, I don't ever see any of that stuff anymore. I see all of my LOA and my manifesting people, and just like you said, so it is, you program it to show you whatever you want it to show you, and that's this law of attraction 101, 101, not one
Right.
on one.
Yeah, exactly.
101 is social media. Social media is such a perfect demonstration for how LOA works. You program it to show you what you want to see, and it shows you exactly the way you've programmed it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very much based on what you focus on. If you're watching that whole video, if you're liking it, if you're sharing it, I mean, they want to give you more of what you want. Just like the universe, really, right?
Yes,
Just wants to give you
exactly.
more of
It
what you
doesn't
want.
care necessarily about what you want. Like you could be sitting there saying, I want to see that, but all I
Oh,
keep
right.
seeing is this. All I keep seeing is this. Well, it's because you're giving that attention. Because that's the other thing too, is,
Right.
the algorithm, the way it works. Let's just say, you really had programmed your TikTok to show you what you wanted to see. You followed nothing but people that are into the law of attraction and meditation and spirituality. And, there's so many of those people that you wouldn't ever get exposed to if all you did was watch the dancing videos. But let's just say you do get sidetracked, and occasionally somebody will have a sponsored ad or something, every once in a while you see one of those kind of image, I just call them immature, dancing, young videos. Occasionally you might see something like that come across your screen, and then you watch it. And then you end up kind of like in a little bit of a on a little bit of a roll of watching those over and over, and they just keep appearing and they keep appearing. Well, now what's happening is, because you're focused on that's that is changing the algorithm. And it's just the same thing in your mind.
So
You can be
true.
on such a good roll of manifesting, and then you can just get sidetracked, and you can lose your focus, and you can start focusing on something that you didn't even really mean to focus on, but now all of a sudden your focus is on this other thing. And it's just exactly, it's like the algorithm of manifestation.
Wow, maybe we really are living in a simulation, right?
We really are. I mean, we're programming more than we realize. We are programming our reality. A lot of it has to do with the reticular activating system, because, the
Mhm.
reticular activating system is like, once you saw this crazy red car the other day, and it's like, you've never seen one ever, but there's that, that crazy red car. And, and then all of a sudden, because you like really just it was such a significant event in that moment, that you saw that crazy red car, and then you see another one. It's like, whoa, 2 days in a row I'm seeing this crazy red car. And then now that you've seen it 2 days in a row, now all of a sudden in the first week or a month, like now you're seeing that crazy red car everywhere. But the truth
Right.
of the matter is that crazy red car was always everywhere. It's
Yeah.
just that you changed your focus, and you've programmed this reticular activating system to show you more of what you're focusing on. So that's kind of like the sciencey part of
Right.
law of attraction. It's like, we're constantly saying, show me more of this, show me more of this. Even
Right.
if, I mean, like, even if that's not what you really want to see. I mean, like, we've been paying attention. I'm sure a lot of us been paying attention to the war in Ukraine, and I mean we talk about it, we watch it, we see it, and it's super super sad. And and yes, it's like, I mean, we want to be informed and we want to know what's going on there, but like you can get too informed. You can get to the point where like you're feeling really really sad and guilty and bad
Right.
all day long. And I've kind of noticed that, because I've been really interested in following the news on that. Well, guess what, my news feed is set up on
Right.
Facebook to keep showing me more and more and more and more. And so it can also work to show you more of things that validate that you're headed in a good direction, and show you more positivity, and show you more signs of things that, it even shows you things that you're talking about,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know,
Well,
without
oh,
even
go ahead.
typing it in, which is
Oh, I
so
know.
so
That's
bizarre.
right.
I don't know, like, if I honestly, I don't know if that's like woo woo law of attraction, or if
Hmm.
that is, people like like the
Like listening
devices
or
are
predicting.
listening.
Yeah, or predicting. I think there's some predictability there too, that they can kind of figure out which direction your mind is going based on other things. I mean, I watched The Social Dilemma, and it was just fascinating. Just fascinating.
Oh, I still haven't seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
We're always looking for a good movie to watch, and that might be a good one. Yeah, we were talking about snoring the other day, because the two of us have been having, snoring issues. I don't know if it's a dry air here in Arizona that's like just causing these sinus issues. We were talking about snoring. Had not looked anything up in this regard whatsoever. And like the next thing you know, I'm like opening up my phone and I'm seeing some kind of crazy device that'll help you to quit snoring. And we were like only having a
Wow.
conversation about it.
Yeah.
Nobody looked anything up at all. So that was
It's
just
weird.
bizarre. Is that law of attraction or is it something else?
It's, and all your apps are connected. So, I mean, it could be your health app is picking up something and that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. But you know what I was thinking too is, um, it's not that I don't want to look at attractive women dancing. It's just that I know that that's not serving my goals in life. And so, but I think it's very tempting, like either in the algorithm or in life, to let those, to kind of wallow in those things that we like, whether it's a piece of chocolate cake or watching, half naked ladies dancing around, when really, if we're focused, on what we truly want, then we can move that algorithm in a different way.
It's so true. And focus is probably one of the main things when it comes to the law of attraction. It's like in a way it's why we do all of the manifesting techniques. It's why we do well, it's why I get up and do silent meditation every morning, because when I do silent meditation, it's like I sit there and I, do my damnedest to clear my mind and focus on just my breathing, not focusing on trying to alter my breath in any way, but just focusing on the observation of my breathing. But then before you know it, you're thinking about, what's on my email and what am I going to do the rest of the day? And I'm hungry and da 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 da. And then before you know it, it's like 5 minutes has gone by and you were not even focused on what you want to be focused on. It's so easy to follow down that trap. Sometimes you even know. Sometimes I don't know if you experience this, but sometimes I even know it's like I'm thinking about this and there's like a little dialogue kind of going like, okay, well, let me just think about this just another minute and then
Yeah.
I'll get back to what
Right. Yeah.
okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same thing in manifestation, it's like, I mean, whatever we are allowing ourselves just to get carried away and focused on, we're just, we're creating more of that. And, that's why we do our affirmations. That's why we do our writing. That's why we practice visualizing. It's all to help us to focus our minds toward what it is that we want to create. Focusing our minds going to help us to believe it. Focusing our minds going to help us to feel it. And feeling is ultimately going to cause us to take the actions that we know we need to be taking. And ultimately, those actions are going to lead to the results.
So one of the things that I found is I'm actually, I want to ask you something about the TikTok. What I found is that because of the ones, for the reason, whatever the things that I like and watch or whatever are more business related, and they're like manifestation, power of the mind kind of stuff. And I was watching this guy and he was saying, I wish I could remember his name, but he was saying like he said, don't try to manifest money. If you want a house, go manifest a house. If you want a car, go manifest a car. And I was like, I don't know, is that a good idea? I mean, it seems like I want money. I want lots of money.
The three big things that people are always trying to manifest are money, love, and health. In some way, those are the things that people are always trying to manifest, and especially money. I mean, so many people, when they think about the law of attraction, they think about manifesting money. As a matter of fact, that was probably one of the very first law of attraction hypnosis programs I made because it was in such high demand. People want to manifest money, but people don't really want to manifest money. And that's the thing. They say they want to manifest money, but they don't really want to manifest money. And so he's right that you really shouldn't be trying to manifest money. Now, everyone gets caught up in this whole idea of manifesting money. You want to manifest more income. You want to manifest more, having more savings in your account. You want to manifest all, right? But if you really think about money, if you really, really think about money, it's not money that you want. If I just gave you a $100 bill, what are you going to do with that $100 bill? Are you just going to look at it?
I'm either going to
You're
invest
going to
it or
rub it. Are
save
you
it,
going to
or I'm
rub it
gonna.
on your skin? Are you going to kiss
I want to be
it?
like a rap star and just roll around on a big bed of money. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and so, all right, there may be people that actually do want money because they want to, like, have it fall on them, or they want to roll around. But do you really want, I mean, money's dirty. Like, I don't
Yeah, no
mean,
kidding.
and
No,
I don't
really, it
mean
is.
like, I
Germy,
don't mean in
germs.
a mental or
Right.
feeling way, like, money, like, I don't mean in the money is a root of all evils kind
Right.
of dirty. I mean, like, money has germs on it. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah, that's
of
what I think about when they're rolling around on a bed of money. Ugh, gross.
like, yeah, like, is that clean money? Like, where did you get that money from? Like, how many hands has that money gone through? So I think, rolling around, and I don't know where they got that money that they're wanting to roll around it. I would definitely need to take a shower after that.
But you know what too? You know what I just thought of is so when they make those videos and they're showing that, what do they really want? It's not even that they want the money, they want the status. They want people to think that there's something, right? That they're powerful or rich or something like this. So I don't think even they want necessarily the money. They want some
Exactly.
ethereal thing.
Exactly, because if that money didn't have any meaning to it, if it was just money, if
Mhm.
it was literally just paper, these green little pieces of paper with presidents' faces on them, like, no one wants to collect that. No one wants to roll around in that. Like, no one wants to roll around in anything like that. It's not,
Yeah.
it's about what it is that money represents for you that we really want. And I strongly believe that when we try to manifest money, we actually create more resistance to
Hmm.
attracting money. And because, there's so much negative belief out there that's just circulating that you got handed down to you from your parents, from people. I
Mm.
mean, it's like probably one of the most highly charged topics. And most
Yeah.
of the time, it's highly charged in a negative way.
Mhm.
Most people, they think of people who have a lot of money. If you're not one of the people who has a lot of money,
Yeah.
um, you usually, so many, they don't like admire those people. They think that they're bad. They think that they earned it in a bad way, or they just, or they're jealous, or they feel like, why do they get all the breaks? And so they think of money in a really, really negative way. So then when unconsciously, because most people are kind of carrying these unconscious negative limiting beliefs about how much money they can have, or what people who are, they're carrying beliefs about wealthy people. And I've read in so many different forums and comments and on social media, all the negative things that people say about money. So many, so
Mm.
it's like, it's almost universally unacceptable to want to be wealthy, or to want to accumulate a massive amount of wealth. And then of course you get into these billionaire status, and people are always constantly telling these people, like, this is how you should spend your money. This is what you should be doing. You have so much money, you should be doing that. So there's just all these negative things. So we know kind of manifesting money in and of itself is just, there's a lot of resistance toward that. And so what we really want is we really want to tell ourselves the truth about, like you said, like, what is it that you really, really want? Because it's not the money that you want. Money is just energy. Money is just a means. Saying that you want money also is like really interfering with the how of getting what you really, really want. So what do you really want? Like, if money were no object and you could just get things, you could just have
Yeah,
things, and we just made money completely disappear, because money is kind of a new concept, really.
true. Yeah,
We used to just be able to have access to things through bartering, and I'll give you this, and just get our needs met, in a different way. So what would you do if you had $1 million? If I had $1 million,
yeah.
what would you do? Or
I would
10
buy a
million or 1 billion?
I would buy a home in a sunny destination. Sunny
Yes,
place.
yes, getting back to that. Yes.
So that's all I need. That's what I really need to focus on is just and like when I've got my vision board here. Did I show everybody before? Yeah,
Oh,
I got.
yes.
So
Yes.
I only have on it right now are palm trees, because if people remember, we decided that I didn't need to know where I was going to go. I just know I wanted
Is this
palm trees.
now, is this a vision board is still a work in progress?
Yeah. So I've only got the palm trees so far.
Right. Right.
But see, I've got some for where I'm going to live, and then I'm still going to travel to them too, because I want to travel to Fiji and places like that. So,
Right. Right.
So anyway, that's
So,
off
so
topic.
ultimately you want to travel. And so here's what's really interesting about the money and travel. So money, yes, it could help you to travel, but what if you got a gig somewhere, from, that, I mean, there's just so many different ways that traveling all over the world could happen for you. I mean, you could
True.
become,
Cruise ship.
really,
I mean, cruise ship could hire me, and I get paid, and I get to travel and free room and board.
exactly.
So
But does that
yeah,
necessarily mean, so you could travel the world on a cruise
right.
ship doing your comedy hypnosis, and really you wouldn't need money to
Right.
help you to do that. So that could fulfill that need of travel. The house coming through, I mean, there's a zillion ways that the house could come through for you. What's like, what, just, I don't know, like, let's just use our imagination. Like, what's a way that moving to this hot, not hot, but this warm place with palm trees, what's one way that could come about, that maybe, and we're not allowed to say money?
I've actually thought about this. Like, I could be like, a production company could come to me and they could say, we want you to live in this big house and like coach people, or to do whatever, have a reality show or something like that. I mean, that could do it without the money. Right there.
Exactly. So there's so many ways that we could acquire the things that we hope that money will provide us. Now, some people say, like, okay, well, I just want to have a lot of money in my account. I want to have a lot of money in my bank account. I'm getting older. I'm maybe going to retire one day. And so I want to have a lot of money. And so that person might think that ultimately what it is that they want is money. But why do you want to have a lot of money in your bank account? And it's always like asking ourselves that question, why, rather than how. Why is the most important question you could ever ask yourself, because why, ultimately, that's the glue, that's the focus that we want to have. So why would a person want to have a lot of money just in their bank account? They want to look at money in their bank account. What does that do for you?
Well, for me, I'd say security.
Security. And that's what the person that wants that, I believe, ultimately wants is they want security. It may be security. It could be another feeling that they're ultimately after. And really all of these, go ahead.
I was just gonna say status,
Status. Yeah.
self-worth. Maybe if I
Yep.
had $1 million, I can go, well, I'm something,
Yeah. For me, when I think about wanting more money, I think I want to feel accomplished. Like I want to
Mm,
feel a sense
yeah.
of for me, it would be a sense of achievement, like
Mhm.
that I achieved something, or just you know, I want to live by example. I want to show people that, you can manifest everything, all of
Yeah.
these things. So, having that sense of achievement, having that, maybe it just, it lends to more credibility,
Mhm.
having more money, maybe that might make me feel more, more credible. Maybe it might, so there's always something, maybe, or some people just, they just want the luxury. They want to feel abundant.
Yeah.
They want, so and really, if you notice, there's a key word that I've been saying in all of this.
Mhm.
And it's not even just like the things that you want, the things that you think that money is going to buy, but why do you want those things? Why do you want that house? Why do you want to travel? Like, how is that going to make, why do you want that
You
house?
want the
Why do you want to
feeling.
travel?
You want
Yeah,
that feeling.
it's that
Yeah.
feeling.
We're
It's
just
that
chasing
feeling.
feelings throughout life. We're just chasing feelings. That's it.
It really does come down to that. It really comes down to, and this is where it just keeps going full circle, because
Mhm.
when they talk about matching vibration, okay, all they're really talking about is the feeling. Vibration is really nothing more than a mood or a feeling. That's all it
Mhm.
is. And emotions, are energy in motion. And so when why it's so important that we understand why we want something and how that something is going to make us feel. That's because so many people are putting that feeling on hold until they get that thing. Like,
Right.
you know, like, t- uh, I'm not going to feel secure until I have X amount of dollars in my account. Well, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
That's a great
and
point. Yeah. We just keep chasing that feeling instead of just having that feeling. Like, I said in a couple of episodes ago, I'm able to get to a point now where I can actually get the feeling of like driving along the coast and looking out and kind of wondering if I even need to actually do that, if I can get the feeling without it.
exactly, exactly. And so really does come down to, we need to be able to, ultimately, it's all about like, what can we do to put ourselves into that feeling without being at the mercy of this thing has to happen in order to cause that feeling, because the feeling is still, no matter what, it's still generated within you. I mean, like,
Right.
even the feeling of falling in love. Like,
Mhm.
let's just like take it away from money for a second. But we think like, have you ever fallen in love with somebody and then you get those gooey, ooey feelings about that person, right? But they're inside of you. Those feelings are your own feelings. They're inside of you. But we think that we need that partner or that very specific person, that only that person can make us feel that way, right?
Yeah.
But it's that feeling, they didn't put that feeling inside of us.
Right. When you say that one person, I think it's funny because it just reminded me of that old Garth Brooks song, Unanswered Prayers.
Uh-huh.
You remember that song, Unanswered Prayers? It's like you think you want this one person and actually you get somebody else, and the whole point is that, thank God I didn't get what I asked for. Thank God I got the, you know. Um,
It's so true. It's so true. And our feelings, if we let our feelings be the guide to help us to, take us closer to our manifestations, the feelings is what's going to speed everything up. It's the feelings that, you know, the, the feelings are changing the subconscious mind. So the feelings are tricking the subconscious mind into believing that, our needs, our wishes are already fulfilled. Like we already have it. And so
yeah,
when the subconscious mind knows that, okay, we feel that way, we believe this, we've visualized it, then it's going to show us more opportunities. It's going to expose us to more of, it's going to like change that algorithm, kind of like what we were talking about. It's that feeling and the beliefs that are in that subconscious that are ultimately exposing us to more ways and more opportunities and more situations and more people that are going to connect us with our ultimate, visualization, our goal, our manifestation, our desire, whatever it is that we believe we desire. But like, it's just so interesting because, we have these desires, but it's the desires that we have, or because we ultimately think that we're going to feel a certain way. So it really shouldn't even matter at all whether we have a lot
right.
of money or we have a little bit of money, because at the end of the day, we just want to feel happy. We just want to feel fulfilled. We just want to feel achieved. We just want to feel accomplished. We just want to feel loved. We just want to feel worthy, deserving, all of those feelings. And when we feel that, it's just kind of interesting because we will magnetize the things that we thought were going to make us feel that way. So it just works. It just works in reverse.
We finally get what we convinced ourselves we didn't need because we had the feeling, but now we get it. So
Exactly, exactly. And so I mean, I don't even know what else I could say about that.
yeah, I think that was a really good explanation. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. So if you're, so my advice is really just kind of stop trying to manifest money and really break it down and really write down, like imagine that you have the money, and what would you spend that money on? Like what is it that you feel like you need that money for? And I bet that there's nothing you could really come up with that you can't create some other way, and that you don't really need money to create that thing. But I want to have the money. I want to have millions of dollars in my bank account, right? But it's not the millions of dollars that you want. It's something else.
Right.
And it's okay. And I'm not saying that it's not that having millions of dollars um isn't okay. You may need to have millions of dollars in order to serve the world at a certain level. Maybe you want to be philanthropic with your money, and you just want to give. Well, if you think about that, you think about being able to give, and being willing to being able to start a charity, being willing to have money that you can just throw around, all of that. You just again want to get focused on what is the ultimate thing, get very specific, get very clear, and then feel that, and then find ways to feel that, and still, while keeping your ultimate goals in your mind, your subconscious mind will help you to fulfill those needs and those goals. And I don't even want to say needs, because it's not really filling needs. It's filling more like your desires, and reflecting, giving you things that are in alignment with that vibration, and being in that feeling state.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
It does. It does. So, well, I hope that you guys got a lot out of today's episode. So, just think about what it is that you want to use that money for. Stop trying to manifest money. Think about what you want it for and cause yourself to feel that way, and you will create the magic. You really will.
Nice.
So thank you so much for listening to the Power of Your Mind podcast, and send us a message, leave us a review, and continue to tune in every week to the Power of Your Mind podcast. And we will see you next week. Bye now.